CARDIOPROOF is a European Union-funded project focusing on congenital heart disease. It brings together leading expertise from a range of organizations across Europe. At its core, CARDIOPROOF is really a project about modeling. It aims to develop cardiac simulation modeling tools that are focused on answering questions that are of real importance for clinicians that are trying to improve practice by tailoring care for individual patients.
This is a complex tool with several components, and it took world leaders in their fields to develop it, including Siemens, Fraunhofer Mewis, the ESI Group, and the Computational Cardiology Lab at the Medical University Graz.
The tools developed as part of CARDIOPROOF are able to actually simulate how a patient would respond to an intervention like stenting, even before it takes place.
The model combines the geometry of the heart, electromechanics of the muscle, biomechanics of the vessel, and computational fluid dynamics. The tool has been developed in collaboration with cardiologists who would be using this sort of technology in routine clinical practice.
At LSE, we're working alongside our world-renowned clinical partners, including the Great Ormond Street Hospital here in London, German Heart Institute in Berlin, and OPBG in Rome, Italy. And we're now inviting interventional cardiologists to help us evaluate the novel technologies developed as part of CARDIOPROOF. With this randomized controlled experiment, we're interested in finding out if providing interventional cardiologists with additional information generated from cardiac simulation modeling tools would actually change decision-making in clinical practice as compared to providing interventional cardiologists with routinely available information from diagnostics.
The critical part of any virtual physiological human project is really the translation into clinical practice. In the CARDIOPROOF project, we combined cutting-edge technology with real-world applications in clinical settings in our 3 clinical sites in Rome, London, and Berlin.
Interventional cardiologists participating in this randomized experiment will be presented with case histories of 3 patients with coarctation of the aorta. For each case, participating cardiologists will be presented with either routinely available information or information generated from the novel simulation modeling tools. We will then ask the interventional cardiologists who are participating in this experiment hypothetical questions about each of these cases. Questions will include things like, would you place a stent in this patient? And if so, where would you place it?
We will show information about the geometry and hemodynamics before and after virtual stenting, which will allow participants to compare the state of the patient before and after the intervention. The results of the virtual stenting treatment will be shown alongside the initial state of the patient, which will allow participants to compare the states before and after virtual stenting.
We expect that participants will be able to complete the entire randomized controlled experiment in about 20 minutes. Your participation in this experiment will help us answer not only questions that are of real clinical importance, but also economic importance. So we very much thank you in advance for your participation.